ignore mess. Oh my god. Lot. A lot. Fuck, dude. I wanna cry. I feel the tears coming, dude. Not okay. Fuck, I haven't had a good cry fest in a while, and I kind of low-key feel one coming on. I'm not sure if I want to let the tears flow, or if I want to like keep them hidden, or like just let them out little spurts. Like, oof, dude, oof. Like, we're good. Totally, like, just fucking delicious. I mean, fantastic. Sorry. Sorry, I said delicious because, like, my brain is weird, but also because, like, earlier my uncle and I were, like, going over Spanish words, and I was asking him, like, whether delicious in Spanish is delicioso or deliciosa, and, like, he was like, I don't know, and I was like, cool, and then we started talking about how, like, in Spanish, like, nouns change from feminine to masculine. So feminine ends with an O, so delicioso is masculine, and then deliciosa is feminine, like, noun, because, like, the verb before it is feminine or masculine. And, like, that to me is, like, really confusing because, like, to me, like, Spanish is kind of easy to spell and pronounce. Like, for some reason, I'm pretty good at pronouncing Spanish words. Like, I don't know, like, if it's just because I'm good at pronouncing. Like, because I feel like I'm a good, like, phonetic, like, I am good at mimicking people. Like, I don't know, like, I've always been good at, like, just repeating, like, things, like, to, like, pretty accurately. Like, I don't know how else to explain it, but, like, yeah. So, I'm good, like, with that aspect. I'm good with the accent and I'm good with the spelling, but it's just the grammar that fucks me up, man. Like, it's the grammar. It's, like, the little weird commas and the little weird, like, just, like, I freaking hate Spanish grammar. It's so weird. And it also, like, is just, like, what the fuck, man? Like, it's just weird, okay? And then also, like, the whole grammar thing with, like, the verbs, like, how it changes, like, the noun, and you're just kind of like, fuck, dude, like, I'm gone, adios, like, buddy, like, fuck, dude. Like, everything else in Spanish, okay, I wouldn't say it's easy, but, like, it's relatively, like, I can handle it without, like, too many struggles, and, like, I got it. Then you get to the fucking grammar, punctuation, and the fucking, like, verbs and the noun thing, feminine and masculine shit, and I'm just like, I'm gone. Like, fuck, man. Like, I'm done. Like, it's over for me. Like, muerto. Like, I think muerto means death. I'm not entirely sure, but, like, I think so. Anyways, like, got sidetracked speaking about Spanish, because I freaking love Spanish. Like, oh my god. Love Spanish, man. Like, I want to be bilingual so bad, and, like, I want to be bilingual with Spanish, because, like, Spanish is such, like, a cool language. Like, freaking, it's, like, flipping awesome, dude. Like, oh my god. Love Spanish. I can't begin to explain how much I love Spanish. Like, it's literally the best language. I'm, like, freaking, like, it's literally wish I was raised on Spanish, not English, because English, this, like, no offense, English speakers, but, like, English sucks. Like, it's literally so fucking weird. Like, it literally, like, oh my god, like, the English language is so weird. I freaking hate it. Also, like, there's, like, not that much variation between English, like, dialects. And, like, Spanish has so many different dialects and, like, so much, like, variety. And, like, the people, like, oh my god, people from Spanish-speaking countries, like, there's just, like, so much variety and, like, just so much, like, influence, and, like, it changes, like, so, like, oh my god, like, Spanish language, freaking, like, oh my It's so beautiful. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. Oh my god. Es bonita. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. Or is it es bonita? I don't know. But anyways, so I'm like getting sidetracked again. But I freaking love Spanish. Like, holy shit, love Spanish so much. Freaking adore it. Like, oh man, I was like kind of low-key pissed off at my dad when he was like in Central America, Honduras, because like he didn't take one opportunity at all to learn any Spanish at all. Like, at all. Like, didn't even try. Not even a little bit. Like, he was there for like 6 months. Picked up nothing. Nothing. Like, I picked up more than him in my like 2-week time frame there than he did in his entire 6 months there. Like, that to me is just like, how flippin' sheltered are you? Like, what makes you like not want to experience their culture? Like, what makes you not want to learn the language? Like, excuse me. Like, it's flippin' phenomenal. Like, excuse me. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, if you go to another country, like, why wouldn't you want to like embrace the culture, you know? Even if you don't want to learn the language, like, you can at least learn enough of the language to get by. Like, you know, like, just, like, show some respect for, like, the country that you're in. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like rich travelers, like, fucking annoy me because, like, they go there and then they go to like the richy areas where it's all sheltered and everybody speaks English and like you pay everybody to do everything for you, and like you basically go there for the scenery. You don't experience anything from the culture because everything is fake and Americanized or whatever you want to call it, and like just it's so stupid. Like, what's the point of traveling if you're literally just gonna look at the scenery? It's like basically just like tromping all over like somebody else's backyard and being like, oh, look at that beautiful tree, and then leaving and like just completely like destroying somebody's backyard, but just like admiring the scenery but not doing anything else. Like, you don't get to know the people in their homes. Like, you just fucking like walk through the backyard and then you walk out and you're just kind of like, thanks, bye. Like, that's fucking fucked up, man. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, oh, I cannot stand people like that. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, have some human decency, like, for the love of God. Like, oh, I'm a bit like, oof. Sorry. My friends have gotten me starting to like use the word oof, and like it's not really a word, but like it's kind of become a word, and like they keep saying oof, and like yes, I conformed, and like yes, now I say oof. Leave me alone. Okay, I don't want to talk about it. Anyways, so yeah, basically this whole like Spanish travel spiel. Me procrastinating and talking about my real issues. Love that. Like, love that for me. Love that for me. So I went to see my psychologist today. I don't know. She's not intentionally belittling me, but like she has no respect for me as like her like as a person. Like, she sees me as a child and like just like sees me as like a patient who's a child, and that's like all she sees me as. And I'm not saying that she doesn't care, because she obviously cares about her job, if this is her job, because like you don't become a child psychologist for nothing. Like, that's a lot of work, and like I'm sure she worked really hard to get where she's at now, but I think she cares about the idea of child psychology. But she doesn't, like, you can just tell by the way that she behaves that she has no personal experience with mental health issues, and she has no, like, work experience with it either, because, like, she's you can just tell she's new, and like just she's very by the book, and like just very very professional, to the point where like she brushes you off for the rules, which is kind of like, I get it, she's a psychologist, like she's not my psychiatrist, so she's not gonna like talk to me like a therapist would, but like, you know, like to fully understand what I'm going through and like my symptoms and be able to diagnose or like prescribe me the proper medication, I feel like she should be a little bit more empathetic and like understand my story more than just like, oh yeah, those are your symptoms, here, fucking have some pills, like. And then also she's like, just like, she doesn't like, I don't know, like she kind of like treats me like a kid, you know, and like I'm 17, so like I'm kind of like, okay. But then to top it off, like I thought this one might be like a one-time thing, but it's clearly not, because the first time we had like a 45-minute like meetup slash interview slash like symptoms like thing, the first time that I met her, which was like 6 or 7 weeks ago, and like she was the same, like she's very professional and like kind of abrupt, and she like completely like brushed me off and was like, I'm going to talk to your mom. And of course my mom freaking loved this because it like validated her as a parent, and like she freaking adored this, blah blah blah. And like I just got the very distinct impression that like she didn't think that I was able to handle myself because I was a child, and on top of that, like I had mental health issues as her patient, so therefore I didn't deserve respect because I'm a child and I have like mental issues, which I was kind of like, really? Like, and then she like continuously like just keeps like showing respect to my mom and like treating her like an equal, and like talks to her like she would a fucking normal person, and then like tells her like a lot of things, and then like when it comes to me, like she doesn't tell me like jack shit. She's just kind of like, tell me your symptoms, and then once I tell her my symptoms, she's like, okay, well this is what I think is good for you, and then she's like, okay, I think your mom needs to come back in and like I can talk more about this with your mom. And I'm just kind of like who's your patient? Like I said, I think that she is trying, and I think that like she could be a really good psychologist, and I think she does care about her job, but she doesn't care about her patients, and she doesn't empathize or like even like remotely understand her patients, which is kind of like, you can't really help people that you don't understand, you know what I mean? So yeah, it just like, I don't know, I really think I need to switch, and I'm gonna talk to my psychiatrist tomorrow and like ask her like, I really like, I understand that this psychologist like is a good person, and like I understand that she's doing her job to the best of her ability right now, but she's not right for me. Like she just like, I can't work with somebody who's not going to treat me like the person that I am, like who's not going to treat me with like respect that I deserve, like who's not going to like listen or tell me what I need to know, and instead is going to tell my mom, who is less mentally stable than I am, has addiction problems, and is also not even living with me. Like, she knows all of these things, but she's following the protocol and talking to my mom about everything, and then like giving me little snippets so I have like vague ideas about like what's going on, and I also like just it's just kind of like I get it, rules are rules and they should be followed, but like sometimes you can work around the rules for your patient, because not every patient is gonna fit the rules exactly or even remotely closely. And in my case, I don't even remotely follow the rules, like at all. Like literally, like I just, like, I can't work with her. Like, I tried to give her a second chance. It's not working out, buddy. Like, I'm sorry. Like, she seems like a really sweet person. Don't get me wrong, but, like, I can't work with somebody who's, like, not going to show me respect, and, like, just kind of makes me feel worse about myself by the time I'm done with the interview. And kind of, like, there's still this, like, little, like, irrational child in me who, like, has this fear that, like, if my mom gets too much control of my life, like, she's gonna, like, take me back again, and I'm gonna be, like, back in the same place that I was, like, 3 years ago. So, like, and, like, so, like, like, when she, like, talks to my mom and prefers my mom over me, like, it, like, triggers that, like, irrational, like, fear, and it also, like, just makes me feel, like, disrespected, and, like, just, like, kind of, like, really, like, I know she's not doing it intentionally, she's just doing what she thinks is her job, but, like, her job and the rules do not always go parallel, you know what I mean? Like, it's not always a parallel road. Sometimes you have to, like, go against the current of the rules to, like, compensate for your patient, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's, so, yeah, I just don't think that she and I are gonna work out, but, like, I do wish her the best, and I do, like, hope that, like, she eventually learns through time. Because, like, again, like, she's really early in her career. Like, she's just starting out. Like, I'm just going to be one of her little blips in the radar. Like, where she's probably not even going to remember me. And I'm probably not going to remember her in 10 years anyways. But, like, I do think that she has the capabilities of being a really good psychologist. Because you can tell she cares. It's just that, like, she puts her, like, duty above her care. And, like, she also doesn't empathize with us. Because I don't think she, like, fully understands us. Or me specifically. I don't know about, like, any of her other patients, because, like, again, I don't know her other patients. I'm not there with her other patients, but, like, I can assume that she probably treats, like, all of her patients the same way. So, like, you know, like, I just hope that, like, through time, which I'm sure she will, but, like, I just hope that, like, she learns and, like, begins to, like, try and understand her patients more and, like, empathize with them more, and then, like, then get to the nitty-gritty, like, prescription and, like, stuff like that, and, like, not be so dependent on the rules and not be so dependent on the parents, because some of us, myself included, like, have major issues because of, like, unstable parenting. So, like, you depending on a parent that is not there for your patient is not going to work. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not gonna work, like, at all. Like, it's like a recipe for disaster. Like, sweetie, like, it's gonna blow up in your face. Like, I'm just saying, like, at least I know, like, and I, like, unfortunately, like, I know I have, like, a certain, like, control over my mom. Like, I can tell her, like, no, like, you are not in control of me. Like, I am in control of my own life, and, like, you don't, like, get to dictate it. Like, I understand what she said, but, like, this is, like, me. Like, you know me. So, like, I get that with my mom. So, like, we have, like, an understanding. Like, she wants validation, but she also, like, knows from me that, like, she's never gonna be, like, a proper parent. And, like, it's not gonna happen. Like, we just know that. Like, it's just, like, so, like, I at least have that understanding with my mom, so, like, I have, like, at least a limited amount of control, so, like, I can, like, have control. But, like, say, like, I was 12 again, and, like, or 13, and, like, I was in the exact same situation where, like, my mom was, like, really, really bad and very paranoid and, like, very possessive, and, like, I was still really confused and didn't really understand anything. And then we went to get help from a psychologist, and it was a psychologist like the one that I have, and she put all of the control into my mom, or somebody who's, like, equally or even more so unstable. And then, like, there's the 13-year-old who's, like, all confused and just wants help, but doesn't understand that, like, their parent can't control that, because, like, their parent is part of the reason why they're that way. And then the psychologist is trusting someone who shouldn't be trusted. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like very, like, I guess, like, I just, I understand both sides. Like, I get it, you know? But, like, I also understand that, like, it's not okay for her to be, like just doing that. Because, like, it's not, like I said, like, what if it was, like, that 13-year-old me? Like, they would not know what would be going on. Like, who knows what could happen, you know? Like, it's just, like, it's kind of scary that, like, people like her who, like, have really good intentions but are very ignorant, like, have such control and, like, you know, like, I'm just, like, you have good intentions, sweetie, you're just not doing the right thing, like, so yeah, that was, like, a lot to deal with. And then after that, like, my dad called, and, like, he was in a grumpy mood, and came over, and, like, he and Mike both came over, which is, both of them together, holy shit, too. It is a lot, okay? It's a lot. And then, I got mad at my grandma again, because she legitimately made popcorn sick. Like, I saw popcorn throw up multiple times. So, he's obviously sick, you know? And, like, I'm, like, worried, you know? Like, I, like, don't know. Like, obviously, like, I'm gonna take him to the vet. Like, I'm gonna make a vet appointment. But, like, if it turns out it's because he's eating human food that she's feeding him, or if it turns out she's overfeeding him from finding, like, my secret, like, food, which, like, my dad suggested that I get a safe and, like, hide the food in there. Well, that's all fine and dandy, but, like, the thing is, she's so stubborn that she's gonna find a way, no matter what, to feed him, even if it's human food. Because I've legitimately seen her feed him human food. So, like, she legitimately doesn't care. If it makes sense in her mind, it makes sense in reality. So, like, it doesn't matter if she's literally feeding him rat poison. If she's feeding him something, like, she's feeding him something. Which, if she's feeding him human food, she might as well be feeding him rat poison, because it's killing him. It's making him sick. And it's terrifying because, like, I freaking love popcorn. Like, you guys know how much I love popcorn. Like, I cannot have, like, I'm like, I'm, like, terrified he's gonna, like, die or something because of her. And, like, I can't, like, it's probably bad that I'm this emotionally attached to a fucking turtle, but, like, you know what? We're gonna, like, move aside from that fact for a second and be like, we cannot let this turtle fucking die. Like, no, I ain't fucking letting that happen. And, like, she's not going to listen to me, my uncle, my, like, dad, like, nobody, like, not even Jesus himself could let my grandma see reason, because she's too far gone. Like, she's too sick. Like, it's not in her control. Like, she doesn't understand, which is fine. Like, I can sympathize with that. Like, I can understand that. Like, I've dealt with people who, like, don't have control of themselves my whole life. Legitimately from the fucking day I was born. But, like, when you're putting somebody else in danger, like, I just feel then, like, I can't just stand by and let it happen. Like, I have to protect them. Like, just like how I did with my cousin, like, a long time ago, and have done with, like, a lot of other people that, like, were in danger, and, like, I just protect them, because, like, that's just who I am as a person. Like, I'm just a protector, okay? And I can't protect Popcorn because I'm not always there, and, like, he's, like, completely defenseless. Like, you know, like, and I know that she's not intentionally doing it, and, like, I know that, like, she's not, like, it's so bad. I'm, like, terrified, dude. Like, not even... It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's so bad. Oh my god. It's so bad. Oh my god. I'm like, shit, man. Like, frick, dude. Really, like, Popcorn. Okay. You know what? I'm fine. I'm fine. We're good. Deep breaths. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. I'm fine. Okay. I'm good. I mean, okay, like, fuck, dude. Also, my dad pissed me off today because, per usual, he opened his dumbass mouth, and apparently, when I asked him for popcorn, like, what was it, like, 8 months ago, he told me, yeah, you can have popcorn, like, it's totally fine as long as you provide everything for it. And then I eventually did provide everything for him, and, like, he's, like, in a happy place now. But he never told me that, like, when he let me get popcorn, he knew that popcorn would get too big for his tank. And I kind of knew that too, and I was just thinking that, like, yeah, we could, like, make a backyard, like, pond, or, like, make, like, a porch, like, area, you know? And I was, like, already thinking ahead, and I was already thinking that in his mind, what he didn't voice out, which I would never have gotten popcorn if I had known this, that he was planning this, but apparently he thought that me getting popcorn was just a whim, which, granted, I mean, partly a whim, okay? I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. It was partly a whim. I'm literally obsessed with turtles. Like, you cannot expect me not to do it kind of on a whim. So, like, you know, kind of on a whim, but also kind of, like, something that I really wanted to dedicate myself to and, like, really wanted to take responsibility for. And in the end, like, I really do love popcorn, and I really, like, am attached to him, and, like, I really do appreciate popcorn, you know? And, like, he just, like, I guess he still sees me as, like, this 5-year-old little girl. And so, like, he still sees me as somebody who he can easily manipulate and easily control. So, like, when he told me I could get my turtle, he was planning on me having it for a couple years. And then when it got too big, he would just, like, get rid of it. And then he was like, and then when he told me that, I was kind of like, what? Like, you never told me that. Like, I thought we were going to, like, build a pond or something. He was like, no, I'm not building a pond in my own fucking backyard. Like, that's stupid. And I was like, but we agreed on, like, I talked to you. Like, I had talked to him multiple times about wanting to put a pond in the backyard, and he was kind of like, yeah, I'll think about it. Like, he didn't tell me that, like, from the get-go, like, he literally was going to get rid of popcorn. And, like, if I knew that, like, I wouldn't have gotten popcorn, because, like, that's just, like, what's the point of getting a pet if you're not going to be able to keep it? Like, unless you're fostering it. But, like, that's just, like, it's like he thought I just got it as a whim and, like, would be happy to have it for a couple years and then I would get tired of it and want to get rid of it. Like, no. Like, and then he even said, yeah, and then once you get rid of it, you can go over to the pet store and buy a brand new little baby one, and the process will start all over again. Like, he legitimately told me those exact words. I was like, turtles, like, they're literally human, like, I mean, not human. They're like living beings. Like, they're not toys that you can just, like, buy and then once you grow out of it, throw it away. Like, that's not, like, they're living creatures. Like, what the actual fuck, man? Like, what? Like, it just, like, every day I'm just, like, discovering new ways of just, like, how, like, solely selfish he is and how just, like, he doesn't care. Like, I knew that. Like, I know that, but, like, it just, like, I'm just, like, shocked. Like, every time, like, I'm already aware of the fact. But, like, it still shocks me, because, like, I'm still kind of, like, yeah, but, like, he wouldn't go this far, right? He pushes past that limit, and I'm just like, well, fuck, like, what's next? Animal abuse? Like, what the actual fuck? Like, dude, like, like, but then, like, also, like, I'm, like, really scared that, like, after the vet, and, like, it turns out that, like, it's from my grandma overfeeding him or feeding him human food, like, I might have to, like, give him to somebody, which I really don't want to do. Like, I really would love to keep popcorn, but I can't keep him in an environment where he's not safe, you know? Like, he's not safe with my grandma here. Like, as much as she has good intentions, like, she's not, like, all the way there. And, like, she's gonna feed him every day, and, like, she's gonna, like, feed him human food, and, like, that's not good for him. Like, he's gonna get sick or he's gonna die. Like, I can't do that to an innocent, like, creature. Like, that's fucked up, and that's selfish. So, like, I would have to give him up, and, like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that, but, like, I don't see any other choice, you know? And, like, I don't know. I'm just really upset about it, you know? Like, because I freaking love popcorn, you know? Damn. You know, it's fine. have a therapy appointment tomorrow, which I'm like so excited for. Like, so ready for. Like, holy shit. I mean, like I said, it's good to like self-reflect and internalize things, but like it's also nice to like talk to somebody who can like give you actual legitimate like feedback, and like, but also at the same time, like, it's not good to be too dependent on that feedback, because like if you keep going to her with like the same information because like you're not thinking, because like I find that it's almost tempting to like overthink the same problem and then like go to her about the same problem and then feel the like kind of like relief sort of like having somebody understand. But then like if it's the same problem and you're not like further thinking of like other problems, and like you're not addressing your other problems and you're just readdressing the same problem, like it helps, but like it's not like helping the big picture. Like, you know, like you have to work through everything to like completely heal. And like sometimes to work through everything, like you have to take a step back and like work through things on your own. And so I think that therapy is really important to like have somebody to like understand you and give you proper feedback, but it's also like really important that like you do work things through some things on your own, so like you can come to your therapist with like new things, because like if you don't, then you're just readdressing the same problem, and it's kind of just like you're on that like, have you ever seen those like hamster wheels? Like it's kind of like you're running on a hamster wheel, like you're not getting anywhere, but like you're still exercising, but like you're not getting anywhere. So like you're making progress, but like you're not making like progress like enough, like, you know what I mean? Like it's not like getting you anywhere. Like you may be exercising, you may be losing weight, but like you're not getting anywhere, you know? Like, you see what I mean? Like, I don't know, maybe that was a bad analogy, but like, anyways, so yeah, anyways, this video is almost done because like 33 minutes is my time limit, and I seem to be pushing it a lot lately. Like I noticed that like some of my videos I literally barely pushed like 10 minutes, and then some of my videos I'm like 33 minutes and 11 seconds, like the bare, like the last possible fucking second, and I'm still talking like a motherfucking like dumbass, cause like forget, you know. But like I'm remembering this time is like, you know, I know. So 33 minutes and 11 seconds, I'm about to be done. But like, anyways, like that's like, I'm really excited for tomorrow. Also, I don't have to go to school tomorrow because it's in the morning. Okay, I'm being weird. This is time to go. Bye-bye.